Have you ever been so paralyzed with fear that you could not move? It was a cold winter morning, February 5th, 2011, and I woke up and I literally could not move. I went to bed with no symptoms, and overnight, some invisible force snuck into my room and pinched both sides of my neck on the nerves, and I literally had no feeling or movement in my arms or in my hands. You see, our minds are so powerful that fear, anxiety, overwhelm can literally stop us from living our life. You see, it was the conditions of my life back then. The divorce, the death of both of my parents within 2 months of each other, and the daily demands of life and business literally left me paralyzed for 18 months. On the weekend that I had the funeral service for my mom was the same weekend that I moved out of the family home with my 2 teenage daughters to a new city, and I had just started my coaching business. And I'm saying to myself, well, I don't know what to do. And I had hit my proverbial rock bottom. But I didn't stay there. I went from that feeling that life is over to building a multiple 6-figure business inside of 18 months. And ladies, those 7 years were a journey. I'm telling you, a lot of highs and a lot of lows. A couple of the highs are that I wrote 2 books. One is called Profit Domination, How Successful Women Get on Top and Stay There. And the other book is called Paralyzed, Getting Past the Excuses of Why You Aren't Successful. And in that one, I share my story. Now let's talk about the lows. I experienced a deep, deep spiritual breakdown in that time. Now, if anyone knows me, I was very black and white. Like, there wasn't a spiritual bone in my body. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's either black or white. And so for me, it was a very foreign feeling to all of a sudden go, what's happening on the inside? And the problem was I didn't know who I was at my core. And it was in the spiritual recovery process that I realized that what my inner sense of being and meaning was, and my mission here on earth. And it was also the time that I really discovered what it truly means to have self-love. I didn't want to forget it because that was probably one of the worst years of my life. So I got a tattoo and I put self-love right on my heart because that way you never forget it. The interesting thing though, which I didn't think about, is that when you look in the mirror, it's reversed. So I think I'm going to have to get it tattooed somewhere else now with a whole bunch of other words. And I'd show it to you, but just take my word, it's there. That's right, I did take a picture and send it to you. Okay, now I got sidetracked. So I am a soul story strategist for entrepreneurs to help them embrace and uncover the power of your personal story, to create a signature talk and to create a message that you can then share with the world. Because that is how you create massive impact in the world and in your life, and that if you're a business owner or you have a career, that's how you create massive income in your business. So if you're feeling stuck right now, ladies, I can help you. There are 3 magic bullets to go from stuck to successful. Number 1, you need to know what your soul story is. Number 2, you need to know the source of your passion, your why. And number 3, you need to have a strategy to be able to take both of those and share them with the world. Now, when I was lying there, I had every reason to give up. And there were so many moments that I just wanted to give up. And it took a while, as you can imagine, lying there thinking that your life is over. Once the shock wore off, I realized that I may have lost the use of part of my body, but I have not lost my desire to create impact in this world. So I started to do the research of what it would take to live the life that I really wanted. I was gathering information, doing things by trial and error, putting a lot of hard work into the transformational steps that I created that got me from paralysis to standing here today. So what is the definition of soul story? Well, your soul story is the very center of who you are. It's your inner sense of meaning and purpose. Now, in our lives, we have like a gazillion life experiences that I call your soul story moments. And when you follow your soul story, you follow your inner sense, your life fills with meaning and purpose. But when you share your soul story with somebody else, their life fills with meaning and purpose, and so on, and so on. And that is the true ripple effect of impact. Now, the most powerful stories come from the heart and the soul. It's a combination of authenticity and vulnerability that connect, engage, and empower you to your audience. So when people know you and like you, they want to do business with you and they just want to hang out with you. When I started to share my soul story, which was a very difficult thing for me to do because I grew up in a household where you did not show any signs of weakness or vulnerability. It just wasn't safe. And the more I shared, the more the impact that I started to see that it had in people, and the more my life expanded, the more my business grew. But it's not just about story. It's also about the source of your passion, which is your why, that is generated from your challenges, that fuels your desire to keep going when fear and anxiety kick in or when life just beats you down. And it's your combination of story and the source of your power that makes you an unbeatable force. But then you need to rise above the noise of everybody else vying for attention, especially nowadays with social media. So that's where strategy comes into play. Now, when I was going through my soul reconstruction phase, and I find this still weird to say, that it channeled through me, it was downloaded, the universe came to me, and said, this is your mission. That my mission is to eliminate fear from 1 million women across the globe by 2020 so that you can live your life with power and purpose and without apology. And I'm like seriously, like a black and white person, I'm going, who said that? But I had to own it. I had to honor that. I literally turned around and I'm like, is there someone here? So for that kind of impact, you got to have one hell of a strategy. And I realized that amplifying your message, the fastest way was from stage, if you want to achieve a mission, if you have a mission to achieve. So I tried a whole bunch of different things until I realized the power of speaking was so, so important. It's like one-to-many conversation. So it was an impromptu 2-minute speaking gig that I did at a networking event, and it was a by-accident event. I just happened to go. And the organizer said, hey, Odette, we don't know you. Would you like to share your story? You've got a couple of minutes, jump up in front of the room. Now, this was at a noisy bar, and part of me is like, yeah, sure, awesome. And the other part of me was like, shit, I don't know what to say. Right? So I grabbed a cocktail napkin, and I tried to write my spiel on a napkin. It doesn't work. So I said, screw it. I went up there, and I just kind of gave my story. And I generated about $40,000 in sales. And most importantly, I met someone who was another major organizer in Toronto, and she asked me to be a keynote, and I'd never keynoted before, and then I made about $100,000 from that event. And I'm like in my head going, oh my God, I am on to something here. So I created a system to generate the results over and over again for myself. And then I started to teach it to other people. And together we were just creating a whole lot of impact in this world, and most of them were entrepreneurs and just making a whole lot of income for everybody. Now I share this story with you to empower you, to motivate you to get off your butt and make your dreams happen. I'm also doing it because I want to make it easy for you because it was so hard for me. And plus, it's my mission, so I have to end paralysis of fear, limiting beliefs, and anxiety. So you need to start now, right? You need to grab the life that you really want. Don't wait for a crisis like I did to make a change. Start now, take the time, dive deep into what your soul story is, and then start sharing it with the world. Because it's your superpower, your super connector, and it's the keys to your success. So now I'm going to take you guys on your own soul story journey. So here's what, there's going to be some instructions that I'm going to give, but to start off with, let's just get a little comfortable. Put your feet flat on the floor, uncross your legs. Apparently you have to put your hands open. So I'll give you the instructions first. So in a moment, I'm going to guide you through like a guided visualization. Okay? And you will be closing your eyes, or if you're not an eye closer, just gaze down at the ground. Okay? And I'm going to walk you through this visualization exercise. And then when we're done, you'll open your eyes, and then we'll go on to the next step of the exercise. Okay, so just get comfortable. Just take a deep breath in and out. Close your eyes or gaze down at the ground. Deep breath in and out. One more time. Breathe in and out. Okay. So I'm going to take you on a little journey of yourself, of the life that you so desperately want to be living. So picture yourself. Where are you? What does the environment look like? Are you by the mountains in a cabin? Are you on the beach? Are you in the home that you're living in right now? So which country? How are you feeling? Is it warm there? Is it cold? Do you have the fireplace on? Did you just come in from skiing or sledding? Or you just got out of the ocean? Or maybe you just finished playing with your kids or your grandkids. So who's with you? The people that are in your life now, are they with you? Or the people that are in your life right now not with you? What are you doing? Are you working? Are you retired? Are you just starting a business? Or are you just volunteering? And how are you feeling? What are the feeling words that come up for you? Elation, excitement, love, gratitude, joy. I want you to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to burn that vision in your cellular DNA. Burn it into your head, into your brain. Okay. Another deep breath in and out. Okay. Open your eyes. Take a deep breath, shake it off. Okay. Part 2. Now I require your cooperation on this, because the last time I did this, no one came back and started listening to me. Because you're going to pair up with somebody, partner A and partner B. You each have 30 seconds to share your vision. So, but I ask that you hear me say, switch. Then we go from partner A to partner B. And then I'm going to say, look at me. Because get your attention, because otherwise nobody will look at me. All right, so find a partner. Just the person beside you, behind you. If you need to be in threes, three-way. Okay. See, no one starts listening. It always happens. Okay, go. Okay, look at me! Oh, such an obliging group. You listened. I didn't have to say it twice. Okay, so how'd that feel? Awesome, cool. So I'm going to take a couple of shares from the audience. Who would like to share, briefly, your experience? Someone raise your hand. Okay, right in front. Just stand up and state your name, please. And just you can turn around and.
I'm Allison, an author.
Okay, well, okay. So what did you envision?
I envision traveling and connecting with people. And as a writer and passionate reader, I'm always traveling different worlds. And I love traveling as a way to learn and connect.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Who else? else would like to share? Okay, at the back, stand up and state your name, please.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
You gotta yell.
Why, that was yelling.
Okay.
My vision was being in a wheat field with sunshine and being supported from all God's hands.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else want to share? Yep, at the back there.
Hi, my name is Marla. Hopefully you can hear me.
Yep.
My safe place vision is a little pond with a waterfall. There's nature all around. It's very sunny, warm, peaceful, and my cat, for some reason, shows up as a bird. It's always there too. But one thing I found interesting, both me and my friends had water in our vision.
Nice. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, so I have a free gift for everybody for doing that exercise. Now, many years ago, I wrote a guide called How Big Is Your Butt? Learn the 7 ways you sabotage your own success. It's an audio and a PDF download, and if you're interested in grabbing a copy, my booth is at the back corner there, picture of me. And I just need your contact information, like your name, your phone number, and your email, so I can send it to you. I also have my books that are for sale back there, the 2 books. Now, I only have a couple left because they're mostly gone. Most people bought them this morning. But here's the thing. If you are interested in grabbing one or both books, when I run out, which I will in about 10 seconds, I can mail you a copy. So don't worry that you won't get your copy. So I'll pop them in the mail, or I do have the option of the PDF download if that's what you want. So I'm going to leave you with one last thought. There was a time that I thought my life was over. But then I realized that it was just the beginning. So that image that you have burned in your memory is your beginning. So if you're feeling stuck right now, I can help you. Thank you.